Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have ourselves a 1v1 on Semoskiy. Our heroes today are going to be Mr. Level 5 GentleFox, playing as the Ostir, or Wehrmacht faction, in the red. And his opponent is going to be Go Hard Like Drag, playing as the Soviet forces in the yellow. So right off the bat, we do see a lot of investment into the conscripts. No tech, although I guess you didn't hear it, but if you see here, there's explosions going on, or explosions went on in the map, as it looked like Go Hard Like Drag was apparently going for some tech. Considering the wooden structures, I would assume tier 2. But then decided against it and is, going a different route. So for now, conscripts, and more conscripts. For GentleFox, he did go for tier 2. That is, of course, to be expected. He is, of course, playing the Wehrmacht or the Ostir. And, yeah, I mean, while there are some strategies that don't exactly rely on having tier 1, most of the time, you're still going to see tier 1 coming down. These headphones, goddamn. Like, one of the ears, keeps popping in and out, and it's driving me nuts. Come on, just fix yourself. There we go. Now I can hear on both sides. Anyways, so yeah, he went tier 1, getting himself 3 grants. Of course, did get an MG42, currently holed up inside that church, making sure that center territory is being locked down. Conscripts over here did get a little bit suppressed while they were capturing the point, but they managed to crawl out of the arc of fire, so they are quite fine, and it looks like we're going to have a real engagement now as these conscripts move over to the left-hand side. No, we actually had the first engagement down south as a conscript squad moves across the bridge, engaging a Grand Squad losing one of its members, losing 25% of its firepower, and the conscripts are quite fine, and it's gonna be a bad engagement there for the Grands. Grand Squad over here on the north, holding up inside that house, going to be fighting against the Combat Engineer Squad. We do have a conscript squad nearby that could move in to support the Combat Engineers, but it doesn't look like they are inclined to do so right now. Grands in the south did move away, setting themselves up in some light cover by the brush, as the conscripts are laying down some sandbags. No, actually, they're not laying down some sandbags. They just placed the sandbags and canceled the building as they still capture the point. Center map, MG42 opening up onto the shack over there. We have a conscript squad flanking and getting very close to those piles. Piles are going to be winning that engagement since the MG42 turns around to focus on the conscript. The conscript taking a lot of damage there on the flank and are very low in health. 5-man strong, but they're going to drop like flies. Down to 4, down to 3, probably down to 2 in the next burst. Yep. But MG4, down to 1. Oh, down goes the conscript squad. Go Hard Like Drag went down hard. Like drag. Other conscripts still hold up in this house, taking some shots at the MG42. Did manage to kill off one of its members inside. Pyro squad has taken a bit of a beating, down to 2 men, but, well, they already picked up the kill on a conscript squad, so that is a win for them. Second conscript squad coming up for a flank through the cemetery. The Pyro squad backing off, gonna be not retreating, it's actually staying on the field. No, there it goes. It's retreat, and the MG42 also pops out and leaves, so GentleFox leaves the center. Go Hard Like Drag being able to win the location. However, it cost them dearly in the form of a conscript squad. Combat Engineers building tier 2 now. Going hard like drag on tier 2. And yeah, I mean, looked like he wanted to do that at the beginning, but he decided against it. Can only assume he's going to get himself max machine guns. Well, regardless though, Go Hard Like Drag went ahead and got himself the shock rifle frontline tactics, calling in a shock troop squad to bolster his numbers as he lost that squad. GentleFox already went for his doctrine really early, and that was the Jaeger Infantry doctrine. Don't see anything out of it just yet. I mean, obviously, Grenadiers do have the passive ambush, which allows them to cloak, right, while they're in cover. Is that what it says? Panzer Grenadiers can be upgraded with better camouflage, concealing them in cover or deep snow. Huh? Yeah, so they get access to the camouflage. They do have to get upgraded for it, so it's not a passive, actually. I thought it was passive. Never mind. So, yeah, we actually don't see anything right now from that doctrine, so we'll see what he goes for. Tier 2, down for GentleFox. He was building a 222, but decided against it. Instead, he is going to be building a bunker in the far north to cover the fuel point. That is going to be quite annoying there for Go Hard Like Drag, but the bunker has just gone down. It's going to take a while for it to get upgraded with an MG. So for now, these conscripts have an opportunity to go in and potentially even take it down. Not really by themselves. They need a little bit of help, but they could win the location. Left-hand side, conscripts capturing the munitions point, while in the center we hear a little bit of a skirmish going on. Conscript squads retreating as they got shot up a little bit. Combat engineers capturing behind cover, and we have the MG and the mortar trying to slowly work their way through. Bunker getting upgraded with the MG. The grenadier squad also popping inside, able to provide even more firepower to the bunker. Conscript squad holding themselves up inside this shack. There is only one window in that direction, so only one conscript is able to shoot. There are a couple windows on the side, but none of these are actually manned right now. Actually, the guy on top is manned, but that's going to take a while, and the conscripts aren't really going to be able to do too much. Left-hand side, conscript squad trying to capture the point and lay down some sandbags. Pioneer squad gets on top of them and lays in the hurt. Grand squad was also supporting, so that, you know, tipped the balance. And MG42 now moves into the center that has been evacuated by Go Hard, and it's just going to cap. South side, combat engineer squad capturing the fuel point. Wait, no, never mind. The fuel point got changed over here. Yeah, capturing the strategic point. It's no longer fuel. And the shock troop squad behind it capturing as well. So the 222 does end up being built by GentleFox. Then he goes for a pack on afterwards. Back at base, we don't see any additional tech right now for Go Hard. Of course, he doesn't necessarily need tech, considering that he can call in KV-8s and the IS-2. But, I mean, considering with the changes of the call-ins and such, that you can't call too many IS-2s, only one at a time. We do see a tendency to go for some earlier tech, rather than wait. And considering his current situation, I can only assume he's going to tech. At the very least, I'm assuming he's going to get an AT gun, though. So shock troop squad holding itself inside this shack as it gets assaulted there by the 222. 222 doing a decent amount of damage with that autocannon to the house. You can see the wrecked wall right there. And the shock troops pop out the other side. Shock troop squad could actually pop right back in and get some decent shots into the 222, as it is very closer. The SMGs are going to do a lot of damage up close. Not going to be able to kill it or anything. It's just going to scare it off potentially. And it does, but that's what happens. MG42 popping inside the shack in the front, or the, well, straight at the front of Go Hard space. Go Hard trying to push forward, even trying to Ura past the MG. Not being able to do so as the MG is just too much. And conscripts Ura forward as it looks like they're trying to get in range for an AT grenade on the 222. 222 managing to dodge it, backpedaling and, well, not pedaling really, but reversing and getting itself out of its range. Conscript squad decide to go to the south. A bit of a risky maneuver here. The 222 actually puts itself in a very good position to potentially take out the complete squad, so we'll see what ends up happening. Back at base, we do see tier 3 going down for Go Hard. Yeah, like I said, I would assume he was going to tech at least tier 3, getting himself some Su-76s to be able to combat vehicles, and then maybe rely on the heavier tank call-ins. Conscript squad still holding down south, gets itself shot up down to 3 men, then retreats. 222 gonna be getting some free shots on the retreat. Shouldn't be able to do too much damage anymore. It should be fine, and we hear a grenade going off on the mortar as the mortar got set up across the river. Mortar, obviously, of course, being built by its tier 2, and oh, a very bold maneuver here by Go Hard Like Drag. He decides to go for the half drag. The half drag is pretty good against the 222, I gotta say, so that's actually a brilliant maneuver. Should help out his infantry, although see, it doesn't really have that much in the way of infantry. But still, I mean, it's a decent sized army that can benefit, really. So we'll see how it works out. 222 can go down very quickly to the anti-air package on the half track, so I can only assume that Go Hard is going to be getting that upgrade right away. Yeah, there it goes, gets the upgrade right away, and that is going to be hitting the field very, very soon. The upgrade, that is, you know, the half track's already there. So the 222 moves over to the left-hand side, going to be harassing the conscripts as they go cap the strategic point. The fuel in the top north has been, you know, guarded here by the bunker for a while. Flamethrower combat engineer moving up to the far north, going to be getting some damage in there. Seems a little bit unlikely that it'll finish it off, considering how slow it is, and the GentleFox will probably send something over there. The 222 is moving in that direction, so it could actually be the one to go disrupt that. The half-track has moved down south. Once the 222 reveals itself, it's actually done for. The combat engineer squad going to be noticing it right now. The half-track is here. It notices, oh, you're right there. Well, let me go ahead and back off in that direction, which means that my anti-air gun is going to get free shots on you, even if you try to run away. Pushing into the center, the mortar is being surprised here as conscripts pop into the church. Soviet mortar getting some shots off at range, very long range, and it looks like Go Hard Like Drag manages to do a good job there and finish it off. The combat engineer squad is forced to retreat up from the north, barely making it out of there down to 1 man. It did, of course, have to retreat through the MG bunker, but the half-track, of course, just riddles the 222 up, blows it up, and is also strong enough to take down the bunker very, very quickly. So even if it dies now, the half-track has served its purpose and has been very useful. And considering that I don't think it's going to be going down really quickly, I think it's going to be pretty useful for a big, decent chunk of the game. Pack gun has been built for GentleFox, so of course it does have to be rather careful about going too bold, too deep, but I don't think Go Hard Like Drag is going to go that hard. Down south, shock troop squad being sent to the fuel. Right-hand side, we do have a Grunt squad behind lines. We now see all 3 Grunt squads upgraded with G43s, so at least they have that. Double checking over here. Yeah, none of them actually have the ambush package. What else gets the ability to ambush? Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, or heavy machine guns. Yeah. MG getting upgraded? No, nobody getting upgraded. Yeah, nobody likes that too much, but I think it would be, I guess, maybe too powerful if it wasn't required, you know, any munitions. So, bit of engagement in the center. Mortar getting some shots off on the conscripts, forcing them to retreat. We do have a pilot squad moving over on the left-hand side, and the half-track has taken some damage over on the right-hand side as it engages the Grand Squad by the victory point. Can it actually take down the Grand Squad at range? Whoa, it's hitting the wall a lot. No, it does not look like it's going to finish off the Grand Squad. Is it going to go this direction? No, it looks like it's going to run straight. No, it is going to run to the south. Can the shock troops actually go and intercept? Well, Go Hard Like Drag seems to be moving in that direction. Has a possibility here of getting the kill. It's a little bit too far off. SMGs go off, trying to get the kill on that, but I don't think he's going to be able to finish off. Needed to react a little bit earlier once he realized that the Grand Squad was not there and just wait at it. A little bit of a missed opportunity there for Go Hard Like Drag, but of course, from our point of view, it's easy to judge. But, I mean, you know, just a little bit more awareness. He saw that the squad was here, that it ran away and didn't make it out. You got your shock troops down south, quickly react and move, you know. We've seen it done in other situations. Grenade goes off on the Grand Squad, they move out of the way. Oh, they take a loss, down to 2 men. The shock troop squad is 3 men strong, so they have a decent amount of firepower. Mortar getting tossed into the mix, but the Grand Squad down to 1 man is forced to retreat, as the shock troops are probably also going to be retreating, yeah. They need to get themselves healed up. Back at base, we have medics. Where's the... There it is. Yeah, we do have medics on the field, so no problem there. And we see a Pio squad going for the cutoff of the fuel up in the north. Conscript squad is being utilized to cap, but GentleFox is just controlling the center, dominating. Not really much in the way of resources right now for Go Hard Like Drag. GentleFox catches the half-track out on the move, getting a Faust off on it, and the Panzer IV, of course, being quite superior to the half-track. As it well should, you know, because it's not a tank, much like the Puma's not a tank, but it still takes a shit ton of damage. Anyways, conscripts from the center just forced to retreat as the MG42 just gets shots off on them, and the Panzer IV is just getting free reign on it as well. So yeah, we do see, of course, the tier 3 down for GentleFox. GentleFox will have to rely on his tech, you know, for his vehicles, because of course the Jaeger Infantry Doctrine doesn't really provide him anything in the way of columns. It's just, you know, munition ability, Stuka close air support, and the light artillery barrage, plus the ability to upgrade your Jaegers and shit. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be tech. Far left hand side, conscript squad going for the victory points. Victory points are 470 to 415, so pretty even. We see right now GentleFox a little bit up in the lead, but you know, really anybody's game when it comes to victory points just yet. Combat engineers being utilized to recap once again, and through the center we see conscripts trying to push out. The MG42 has been backed off. It's actually currently retreating back to base. Seems like the mortar may have had something to do with that. And yeah, the conscripts are going to be able to move back out. We see sandbags getting laid down to, you know, make sure they can capture within cover. So everything going hard. Conscript squad on the far left-hand side retreating as we see a Grand Squad with G43s engaging it. A second AT gun getting built for Go Hard Like Drag. And we see points being captured all over the place. Conscript Squad's going to be capturing the point over here on the right-hand side in the little island so that they can actually connect that munitions, which is still in his possession. And far down south, the fuel point has been decapped here for GentleFox, or by GentleFox, so he's going to be getting a lot of fuel in his possession. Conscripts in the center, AT gun moving up. The Panzer IV has taken some damage. It's actually down to about maybe 60% strength. Needs to back off a little bit and get itself repaired. Again, we do have 2 AT guns, one only hitting the field right now, but, you know, Panzer IVs can quickly go down to anti-tank guns. Grenade flying into the house, the Grens pop out of it and retreat, so no kill there for the shock troops, but it did manage to do a lot of damage. And we do have the piles, double piles actually, on the field for GentleFox, repairing the Panzer IV as quickly as they can. Second pile squad moving itself away, gonna be popping into the church, making sure that no Soviet forces can actually pop in. The shock troops get stopped at the door as the door was locked in. AT gun takes another shot at the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV has to back off and hide behind the church, otherwise it's gonna get shot up. And the shock troops do manage to push away the piles from inside the house. Pioneer Squad going to be moving through the front, getting itself again once inside into the church. Flamethrower burst going off on the Shock Troop Squad. Shock Troop Squad going to be taking a lot of damage after that flames. Grenade does go off once again, popping in an empty church. And the pile is going to be popping back in as the Shock Troop is just going to backpedal and get themselves away from that flamethrower. Flamethrower burst continues to go off, and the center point is getting decapped there by the shock troops. Conscript Squad moving up to support it. The second AT gun has hit the field and is currently on the other side of the shack. We have the mortar behind the shack as well, but down south we do have a Grand Squad that can come up for the flank, and it's not currently being covered essentially. And the MG42 is covering the front approach. Up in the north, Combat Engineer Squad retreating with 1 man left, as it looks like they engaged these Grens over here. And I mean, I wanted to check something here. If I go like this and do this, never mind, it doesn't show anymore. Okay. So anyways, center map, Panzer IV pushing forward, getting double shot there by the AT guns. Second AT gun shot may fly at its face, or well, third I suppose. Nope, manages to get itself behind that church. But a lot of damage does go off on the Panzer IV, so the Panzer IV can't really hope to do too much against that AT gun combo. Needs some flanking going and some additional power there. Conscripts in the center getting stopped by the MG. The MG forced to retreat as more conscripts move forward. And wow, we see going hard on those half tracks. Gonna get himself a second one at this stage in the game. It's an interesting decision. I mean, I suppose he doesn't really need much to combat vehicles when he has 2 AT guns, but yeah, I mean, I guess with the half track you can continuously reinforce them on the field without having to retreat and move back. So, I mean, yeah, it could work. It's fragile, but it can work. Surprised though. I mean, he does have, you know, Su-76s. Could just use that. But I mean, no, I mean it's fine. I mean, I'm surprised. Is all I'm saying, but it's quite fine. So the second half track not currently getting upgraded with the anti-air package. Currently supporting the conscripts as they're getting engaged by Panzer Grenadiers. The conscripts are trying to set themselves up in some heavy cover. This conscript over here really has no idea what to do and just gets himself shot up all over the place. Down 1 man, but they can reinforce on the fly. Flanking Grens coming up on the right-hand side. Conscripts are there to hold. It looks like the Grens are potentially trying to focus on the AT guns. And on the far right-hand side, we have a Grand Squad getting assaulted by shock troops and combat engineers. This squad may go down. They have to run the long way against the combat engineers' flamethrower, but it looks like they're supporting the damage. Oh my god, that squad makes it out of there alive. It should not have made it out of there alive. And I am disappointed on those troops. They should have killed them. Panzer Grenadier trying to push forward against those conscripts, but they keep getting reinforced on the fly, so it's just a never-ending battle. AT gun backs off a little bit and gets itself cloaked. The half track is going to move up to reinforce the guys in the northern position, and conscripts are moving through the north as they capture some more territory. Back at base, though, we do see Tier 4 going down for GentleFox, so yeah, again, relying entirely on his tech to be able to do this. Interesting thing to know is what is he actually going to go for. And oh, wait, I can actually finally look at it. This is the Brumbar. That's the one I was thinking about the last game that I just couldn't fucking say it. Yes, the Sherman bulldozer tank reminds me of the Brumbar. There we go. It's actually called the Sturmpanzer, so maybe that's why I was thinking of but no, whatever. So anyways, yeah, back at base, the Panzer IV is getting repaired. Going to be back to full strength, but it is having a tough time against those AT guns, and we see the Panzer Grenadiers getting upgraded with double Shreks. I mean, it's fine. They're great and such. It's double Shreks, and that's a lot of anti-tank firepower. I'm assuming, though, he's expecting some type of vehicle play, which will probably happen. But we see right now that there's really nothing on the field that can do that. Do have access. Oh, sorry. Wow. My brain got tired. We do have access, of course, to the KV-8s and the IS-2. He's not going for the KV-8 just yet, and he probably won't, considering that he knows that there's at least a Panzer IV on the field that he hasn't killed. And while the KV-8 can switch to its main gun and, you know, duke it out with the Panzer IV, usually losing, though, most of the time, unless the Panzer IV is exposing its rear armor. I'm assuming, though, that Go Hard is just going to go hard for the IS-2 and maybe hope that that can actually win in the game. Some mortars, just exchanging shots from one side to the other. Conscripts have laid down some sandbags all over the territory here. MG42 taking some shots at the conscripts. Oh, the mortar destroys the sandbags, and the conscripts are all of a sudden out of cover. The MG42 does get some shots off on it, but they manage to move out of the way before any suppression effects go off, so the mortar is unable to do too much. Far left-hand side, conscripts are getting engaged against Garens with G43s. The G43 is doing a lot of damage at range, so these conscripts will die if they don't retreat. We also have a Pio squad with flamethrowers nearby, and the conscripts up in the north just keep getting bombarded there by the mortar, and they need to get some heals going. We do see the anti-air package once again getting purchased for the half-track. Should help out significantly against onslaughts of infantry. And we see Garens down south capturing as the Panzer IV also captures as well. I mean, GentleFox doing a superb job at controlling territory. I mean, he's always, most of the game, he's been controlling more than 2/3 of the map by himself. AT gun getting a nice shot off on the half-track. Half-track not moving. Half-track gonna die. There it goes. So, again, like I said, it was a bold move. Oh, now this conscript squad is just completely annihilated. It's going to go down. It was a bold move, of course, by Go Hard, but it was too fragile. I mean, at this stage of the game, it would have actually needed to pretty much stay behind cover just exclusively as a form of reinforcing on the field. But it stays there, a little bit unsupervised, and it goes down very quickly. Go Hard Like Drag does call in right away a KV-8, realizing that he does not have enough time to wait, I suppose, for the IS-2. KV-8, again, like I said, can help out quite a bit. We do have 2 AT guns on the field, so the Panzer IV can die to that. And speaking of the one that I didn't know how to remember the name of, the Brumba seems to be wanting to do its appearance on this game. Bold move. Let's see if it pays off. Now, combat engineers are getting bombarded there by the mortar. The mortar being relentless here. This mortar has Veterancy 2 acquired. 12 kills to its name. I mean, the Soviet mortar is not doing too well in its own. It's only 3 kills, but it has done a lot of damage, bringing itself to Veterancy 2 as well. KV-8 pushing onto the field, getting double Shrek'd and packed. Gonna get itself killed if it doesn't get the hell out of the way. Another packed shot will probably land on its face before it moves out of the way. No, manages to dodge that, down to about 30% strength. And yeah, that's basically what happens when you rush it straight into anti-tanks. So the Panzer Grenadiers are utilizing the sandbags now to their advantage. Shrek's flying in all directions, but there's a lot of heavy cover in this area here by the wrecked vehicles. So the conscripts are, you know, kind of fine. The MG42 won't be able to do too much against them, although manages to get a nice little angle there and get suppression going. The half-track has fallen or has been destroyed, so the conscripts are essentially pinned down. One squad is pinned down to 2 men. Conscripts are forced to retreat. Second conscript squad still suppressed behind it, but it's currently hiding behind the truck. And we see the Panzer IV just moving around the center as the Brumba pushes forward very aggressively. Shot flies, gets a nice hit there on the conscript squad. Conscript squad down to 1 man as a mortar gets a double shot. But the AT guns are getting a nice barrage going there on the Brumba. The Brumba down to about half strength. AT guns continue to fly, getting some more hits in there. Oh, nasty hit. Down to about 30-25% strength. Light artillery barrage getting called in right on top of the AT guns. The AT guns move out of the way, although it didn't get called on top. It got called a little bit further front. But the AT guns were still forced to move out. And on the right-hand side, the KV-8 getting some repairs going on it. Now catching a Grand Squad out of position. Gonna try to catch it on the retreat, but considering that nothing has died on this side on the retreat in the entire game, I doubt that even the mighty KV-8's flamethrower is gonna be able to finish off these Grens. We do have a third Gren back over here, so it could potentially die, but, you know, the elite Gren has actually gone out of the way. And, nope, it actually even stays alive, so. As good as an attempt as that was for Go Hard Like Drag to catch that squad out of position, it still didn't work and it died. Grenade does go off there by the Grens, killing off the mortar. The mortar has lost its veterancy. It's still there for the taking for Go Hard Like Drag, but it does not seem, at least in my opinion, that he's going to be able to do too much. Second shock troop squad on the field for Go Hard. He's going to try and catch those Grens, but we do have an MG. No, we don't have an MG. What happened to the MG? Oh, I'm going to have to check on the MG now. So the MG-42 is down. The shock troops are able to just push relentlessly into the game. So, jeez. That is the problem with not having an MG. So you probably saw when he died. I'm just gonna double check and put that on the notes there. Brumbar getting fully repaired, trying to get some shots off on those shock troops. The shock troops trying to move the hell out of the way since they know that a Brumbar can just wreck them very easily. Panzer IV, a little bit behind the lines. It looked like he was. I guess he was trying to maybe go for a snipe of some type of vehicle. But we do have the KV-8 on the far right-hand side. Panzer IV coming up on the flank as the Brumbar pushes through the center, getting some shots on the shock troops. Shock troops may be able to get the kill on that Pio squad. The Pio squad goes down. Another pickup there for Mr. GentleFox, but he's just building more vehicles. Oh, nasty shot by the Brumbar. Only 2 kills, but a little bit of splash damage, weakening the troops. And we see a Panther getting built for GentleFox, so that essentially means that KV-8 is gone for Brumbar, taking a shot into the center, just hoping that he can hit anything, but nothing gets hit. And again, we see Go Hard going very hard on that half-track, getting himself a 3rd half-track in this game. I don't think that's working out for him. I mean, first one was a brilliant move. It died, unfortunately, because that's usually the nature of half-tracks. But getting the 2nd and 3rd one, I don't think that's the right call. I mean, maybe he has something in mind, a strategy that works for him, but it doesn't seem to be working right now. So the Brumbar able to hold off the infantry. KV-8 doing some damage and pushing everything back, but not being able to finish off anything. Panzer IV moving up to the north, shooting at the AT guns. The AT guns getting some shots on the Panzer IV, but more accurately getting themselves shot up. Second AT gun down south, getting some shots on the Brumbar. The Brumbar is pretty heavy in the armor, so it's actually able to withstand the shots quite easily. It's only down to about maybe 80% strength, 90 at best. And the Panther now makes itself into the field. Should be able to finish off the KV-8 very easily with it. However, it decides to take a shot at the AT gun instead and reveal itself. The AT gun will be getting shot by the Brumbar. No, the Brumbar getting shots onto the shock troops. Brumbar getting another shot there by the Panzer. Sorry, by the AT gun, sorry. Shock troops in the center, trying to push on the infantry. KV-8 now down to about 30% strength at best. And the half-track is moving itself around, trying to reinforce everything on the fly as fast as it can. Panther and infantry just trying to find the angle, from where they can break through into Go Hard's tenuous line here. The shock troops trying to get themselves reinforced. They need to back off into range of the half-track. Conscripts pushing forward. Another shock troop squad pushing forward as well as the Grens trying to stop them in their way. Grenade does go off. Nice little catching grenade there, trying to catch them on the back pedal, but manages to not hit too much. And all the tanks are just getting shot all over the place. Nice mortar shot there on the AT gun. The AT gun down to 3 men. Shock troops, conscripts, and everything moving around. Brumbar has a shot here and a very nice... Boom! Nice hit, although it doesn't do too much. Shock troops backing off, but the Brumbar has yet another shot here that it can take. Shock troop squad down to 2 men. Will it shoot? Well, it wants to shoot right here. Oh, nasty shot there by the mortar. Eliminates the shock troop squad, and the shock troop squad, the second one, gets some reinforcers going. Grens pushing forward. They get themselves in range of the AT gun. The AT gun taking some damage. Conscripts and shock troops going to push forward here. As we see a Brumbar shot landing, getting some good damage in there on the conscript squad, and the conscripts are getting riddled there by the Grens. Pios from range also getting some damage in there. The shock troop squad forced to retreat. Second shot from the Brumbar lands, doing some more damage. Down to 2 men. Shock troop squad on top of the Grens. The Grens are very low in health here. AT gun taking some shots as much as it can. Second AT gun moving up. Can he actually finish it here? Victory points are not an issue here. And the shock troop squad are trying as much as they can. Push forward. Brumbar gets a shot. Misses. And we see the pack gun and the Panzer IV getting some shots off on the KV-8. The KV-8 going for a flank, but it goes like okay, looks like go hard like drag just goes hard on the surrender button and calls it quits at this point. Probably game over regardless. I mean, he hadn't actually lost the things. But yeah, I mean, an AT gun got cleared out, second AT gun was still there, and it was probably going to die. I don't know about the excessive amounts of half tracks. I get why he was doing it, but it didn't seem to work out after the first one. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.